Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. Thanks for joining us again. You are tuned into another episode of Ball from Assembly Hall. I'm Christian Watford right here, and I've got my guy, my main man right here with me, Derek Elston, baby. Talk to me. Just finished up with a little Super Bowl. Just finished up with a little Super Bowl, man. Who you went for in the Super Bowl, bro? Talk to me.
Obviously, man. Go Chiefs.
Okay,
Come on, man. That was an easy one. That was an easy one.
Okay, just making sure, bro. I'm a Cowboys fan, man, so I couldn't stand for the Eagles to, you know what I'm saying? They won.
I hate that for you.
You feel me? So that's been a little rough for me, but talk to me, bro.
What do you think, man? Hold on real quick. What do you think? You think they pay Dak? You want him there?
Oh, Dak already got paid, bro. I think he gonna be there. I don't know, man. Dak a good quarterback, bro. I think he just got trouble winning the big games, but we paid him. He our quarterback. We rocking with him. You know what I'm saying? So just got to try it again next year, bro. We'll be better. Ooh. Talk to me though, man. What's up with you? What you got going?
Oh man, last week was fun week. Our bank, United Fidelity Bank, was able to be the sponsor for the OVC championships coming up. Okay. So went down there and did So we went down there and myself, Don Neal, the CEO, we shot a little commercial, a little Q&A. So hopefully I'll get a chance to go down there and witness a little basketball during tournament time.
Where's the tournament at?
It's at the Ford Center in Evansville. And that's where we're based out of. So it's supposed to be, I guess it's wide open tournament. So it should be a lot of fun. And it's just, an opportunity for us to just watch a little basketball.
No doubt, man.
It's pretty cool.
You could do that. But anyway, man, we're going to jump right into it. Jump right into the X and O segment, bro. Started off the week, last week. Man, we had a Rutgers game. Tell me what you thought about it.
Huge. See, just for me, I thought, after we got the Purdue win, knocking off number one, didn't really knock them off, but we took the W. You thought, man, there could be a huge hangover with this game. Last year, we beat Purdue and Rob Finney last second three, beat Purdue and played Michigan the next game and got absolutely pounded in the dirt. So a little bit of me was a little worried. But at the end of the day, baby, Trace is going to be Trace. Man, and Trace really, really took over. A really good game. Again, a lot of inconsistencies from our guard play, but like we've been saying all week, man, podcast after podcast, the way Trace is playing right now, you're just looking for anybody just to give him a little bit of help. Miller Kopp was huge.
Huge.
His 2 games this year, it just must be Rutgers. I don't know what it is.
He loves Rutgers. It's just something about that. It's something about that scarlet red. He loves that. Every time we play them, man, he have a good game, bro. So
blood in the water.
I think that was huge for him, bro. I know he got just to see shots go in, man. Anytime a shooter get to see shots go in like that, it's a big time game for him. Like you said, Trace has been Trace. He's been solid and steady. We know it. We getting out of Trace every night, bro. It's greatness. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think people understand exactly what he's doing, bro. Like the numbers, statistically, he might be one of the best Hoosiers ever, bro. Really, honestly. The win-loss percentage may not add up, but, just as far as what he's doing for us, bro, as far as him carrying us, man, it's huge, man. But we got to find a way, bro, to get more consistent play from our role players, man. What you think it is, bro? What you think it is?
That's it. That's the thing, man. It's almost like these conversations that we're having are almost redundant, man. I mean, we're talking about Trace so much, and we're constantly saying to ourselves, like, where are our role players? And one day it's Jalen, one day it's Tamar. Rutgers, it was Miller. Galloway against Purdue. Galloway against North Carolina. It's like we're finding a hard time putting together like a trio that is just going to be consistent day in and day out.
Right.
I mean, there was a stat that came up against the Rutgers game, and it was talking about, Jalen's up and downs, and Jalen will have a unbelievable game. He'll go 5 for 7 from 3 one game. The next game he'll come out and have 2 points.
Right.
And we honed in a little bit on his Maryland miscues, but it's hard to say, honestly. A lot of these games too are right now statistically, Jalen is really, really good on the road, and then he's really, really good at home. But it's hard for him to put it back to back. And we've talked a lot about, he's a freshman, at the end of the day. He's a freshman. And so he's trying to figure it out. Right now, I think a lot of it is, everybody realizes kind of like the Edie thing with Purdue. It was like, you got to figure out how Trace can get his. And if Trace gets 30, that's just 30 points. Right. So I think, teams are really honing in on, letting Trace kind of do his thing and then taking away everything else. And that was kind of our mentality with Purdue. If you let Edie go off and then stop their guards, well, that's how you beat them. So for me, I think a lot of it has to do with teams and how they're defending. A lot of teams are coming on the double. Others are trying to take the guards away. Right. So I don't know. It's hard to really hone in on what exactly it is. I think a lot of ups and downs are him just being a freshman, but it's credit to these coaches, man. This guy Jalen can go off at any moment, and the fact that he is so inconsistent tells you that the game plan is really based around guards at this point. Right.
I don't really be hard on Jalen too much, just because I know he's in a tough spot, bro. Playing as a freshman, having the ball in his hand like that, having to make decisions. The Big Ten got some of the best coaches in the world. They're going to do what they got to do, bro. You know what I'm saying? They're making it tough for him. But I do like his, the way he stick with it. He's getting better, bro, with that. I don't think he's been – earlier in the year, I kind of see on his face a little bit where he was getting a little frustrated, you know what I'm saying, with stuff. Yeah. But I think now, he's more poised. You know what I'm saying, letting the game kind of come to him. But, man, we got a lot of older guys, bro, that got to step up and be that and be that person for us every night. You know what I'm saying?
There's
I think that depends.
No doubt.
I think that depends on how far we go in the tournament. We're going to go far as our role players. Obviously, Trace going to be steady.
Yeah.
You know what he's going to do every night. I mean, he's the most dominant player to me, bro. When I watch Trace and I watch these other teams, he's just the most dominant player. Between him in the Big Ten, between him and Edie, they're going to get theirs no matter what goes on. And that's where we at with it, bro. We just got to find a way to get those guys going. And I know we got a coaching staff that's steady, pumping positivity into those guys. You know what I'm saying? Talking about them making shots and just trying to keep those guys ready because, bro, I'm telling you, we're going to need them. As this thing gets tight.
No, there's no doubt.
You know what I'm saying? We're going to need those guys more than ever, man. So.
Yeah, I think it's very easy to see that unless you throw about 3 of them at him, you're not stopping Trace. Right. You're just not. I mean, if you look what he's doing right now in college basketball, 25 points a game, 11 rebounds a game, 4 or 5 assists and 3 blocks, you're not stopping that. And so if you get into the tournament and you run into teams that just say, forget Trace Jackson Davis, he's going to do his thing, and you stop our guards, I mean, you got to think to yourself, man, it's got to be an early exit. And my question to you, C, is it's nice to know that we're winning these games because obviously you get a big game against Rutgers. You find a way to pull out the W against Michigan. Like we've said on episode after episode, it's Trace Jackson Davis leading the way. At what point, if you put yourself in Trace's shoes, I know you're getting a win. I know you're dominant. I know you're all over news articles and Twitter and all this stuff, but are you tired? Are you saying to yourself, damn, man, this is I am doing everything I possibly can, and I have no idea what I'm getting from everybody else.
I think he probably battles with it a little bit, but bro, I honestly think that Trace hadn't won enough, and he's just so thirsty to win right now that what I'm saying, he's just doing whatever it takes. I just think he's cool with carrying it. Like he's been that for us. For the last couple of years, he hadn't won like he thought he should as far as the numbers he's putting up. And I think he's just over it, bro. I think, okay, y'all going to jump on my back? Let's go. If I got to play all 40 minutes, I got to play all 40 minutes. Tracy, he does that sometime, bro. He don't come out sometime. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think that's just where he at with it, bro. I think he's focused on this right now. I know he's not focused on the next level. He got all this energy into the Hoosiers right now, and it's paying off for us, man. But we definitely going to have to get other guys going. And I think we will. But I don't want us to just get so caught up in, because we're winning games right now that it's going to be enough. You know what I'm saying? Because
right.
We know, I know Trace know that things are only going to get tougher, bro, as time goes on. So we just got to get back to, you know what I'm saying? We just got to get our guys going and get everybody on the same page. And you want to be playing our best basketball, which we are. I agree, which we somewhat are, but
Yeah.
I think we could be
Yeah.
better. You know what I'm saying? In certain
Yeah,
instances.
you're right. And I agree with you. See, I think you made a great point, and that's one thing that Coach Crean really honed on with us. Like, it's real easy when you win games to just say, like, okay,
Man.
well, I'll be better next game,
Man.
no matter what. Like,
Right.
that was just a bad one. This is the time where you got to get in the film room and really hone in and study on, why I'm not making shots, why I can't get it going this night. Like, because like you said, and I'll repeat myself, like, it's real easy after a win to look at and go, well, I'll be okay next game. Like,
Right.
I'm not worried about that. That's really the time. I mean, it's nice that we're getting wins, obviously, and we're building our resume and our stock. But, as a young guy or as a guy who's just had an off game, it's easy to go, I'm not worried about it. I'll get back in there next week and we'll be just fine. So that's a good point. You make a good point there.
Yeah, man. You want to, it's better to do all your correcting after a win. You know what I'm saying? That's the best time, because when you lose, it's too late at that point. We
Right,
have been a
right.
constant better team on getting to the foul line. I think we beat Rutgers we probably made 11 more free throws than them. I think that was the ball game. Us steady getting in the paint, Trace dominating the paint. You always want to, like you said, shoot more free throws. There's no defense for that. You know what I'm saying? You get to the free throw line, you make our free throws. I think that's where the game was at. But we're going to skip ahead a little bit to the Michigan game, man. Michigan, a scary team, bro. Me and you said it, man. They're a team that they belong in the tournament, bro. They got a talented team, a scary team, a team that can do a lot of different things, and they gave us some problems. Man, we could not stop turning the ball over in the first half.
I know,
God
man.
damn, like we just couldn't. We was tossing it, kicking that motherfucker up everywhere. But you know what I'm saying? That's Michigan for you. I know it was a loud environment, loud, hostile environment in there. What you thought about it, bro?
Yeah, man. Like you said, I think Michigan is they're still fighting for a berth. You look at different bracketology and you hear a bunch of people talking about, Michigan first four out, their last four in. So they're still fighting for a berth too. And like to your point, I mean, we turned the ball over so much in the first half of that game, but also, we had no answer for Buffkin. I mean, the guy had 17, 19 points in the first half.
Right.
Absolutely dominant. And this goes to your point earlier. This is one of those games where, Trace had to play all 40. We could not at all take him out of that game. The second we would have taken him out of the game, I mean, my God, those guys were getting anything they wanted. I don't want to say deer in the headlights to start, but there was just no answer for some of these guys. Their guard play was really good. Buffkin was really good. Howard was really, really good. But it's funny. You get the W, you enjoy the win, and then you look at some articles that come out. Jeff Goodman put an article out that says, "Sorry, Woodson, you are no Juwan Howard." And it's just a lot of people still have us like not as a guaranteed in. We still have some stuff to prove. But then you put an article out like that. I don't know. I just think it's funny because Coach Crean would always look for stuff to get us motivated.
No doubt about it.
And again, to your point, like a home game in the Big Ten is the great equalizer. Like nobody gets an easy win on the road. And, for this Hoosier team, man, credit Michigan. They played really well. But the second half, man, the wheels just fell off and they went 5 minutes without scoring.
Man,
and we pull out a 1-point victory, man. Listen, as much credit as I can give Trace, because Trace was unbelievable in that game as well. Man, my dude, Trey Galloway, does not get enough credit for this team, man.
He's the perfect glue
He doesn't
guy,
get the mentions. He is absolutely the perfect glue guy. And I always look at these guys and I always think like, see, who could have played on that team with us our senior year? We were so good. And
he for sure would have played with us.
For sure.
100%.
For sure. The guy plays so hard.
He played hard.
And we don't ask him to put up 15 a game. But, you saw against Purdue, the guy can make shots. His three-point shot is iffy, but he just plays so hard. He's got a really good game. His defense in that game on Buffkin in the second half, I think he held him scoreless.
Yeah.
Maybe he had 2 points.
Yeah.
But go down to the last, 30 seconds of the game.
No doubt about it.
The defense that he played on Buffkin and didn't fall for anything. They would throw it into the big fella, Dickinson, and he just, sneak behind and get a steal, a huge steal in the last 2 minutes of the game. and his defense on Bucking to close the game out and force up Howard had to force up a tough shot, man. Like, I'm sorry. I love Trace. I love Jalen because Jalen finally got it going in the second half.
He's my favorite.
Trey Galloway.
Trey Galloway is my favorite. Because people don't understand like what he brings to the program. You know what I'm saying? What he does on a nightly basis. Just a selfless guy that don't really care about scoring, just does whatever it takes to win, bro. And I do want to. What I do like about Coach Woodson, man, I'll say this. I talked to some people about this, but what I do like about Coach Woodson, bro, even with Jalen Hood, I see it a lot. He just let him play through his mistakes, bro. And you know, some of that has to do with obviously X not playing.
Yeah.
You know, he has to have the ball now. It's really you look down the bench, it really ain't, you know what I'm saying? It really ain't nobody that's gonna come in and save you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Derek, as players, we love feeling like, okay, no matter what, I'm gonna be able to play through my mistakes. If I miss make shots, I'm gonna be in. And I feel like that's what happened in that game. Like he started off in the first half, things were kind of tough, but he just stuck with it, man. Coaching him kept riding it out until he got it going. And at one point in time, Hunter Dickinson them was in a drop. The defender was in a drop, and it just allowed, because the Trace put so much pressure on the rim, I don't think they wanted to give up the pocket pass or the lob to Trace, man. It just allowed Jalen Hood to get going. And once he got going, man, he was so big for us down the stretch, bro. He made some big time free throws, man. Defended. And I think that's just what you love about a program, bro. You know, as a kid going to a school, you want to be able to play through your mistakes. You want to be able to turn the ball over in the first half and coach, not get discouraged and don't snatch you and don't pull you. And I think Coach Wilson do a good job at that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's been helping us. He's growing up every game. We see some inconsistencies, but nothing gonna be perfect in the Big Ten. It's an imperfect game. So I think I just want to give him that shout out, man, for sticking with it no matter what. You know what I'm saying? I know he was big for us down the stretch.
Yeah. And to my own experiences, I mean, you make a great point because, I don't think a lot of people realize, or maybe they do, Hoosiers are just crazy. Hoosiers are diehard, man. But that senior year, we had 11 pros on the team. So in the back of my mind, at least, you thought like, okay, if I'm going to make a mistake, well, there's 4 other dudes who ended up playing professionally that are right behind me that are waiting for my minutes. So you're right. Like at the end of the day, you realize, okay, I was in a bad coverage. I missed a steal. I missed an assignment, whatever you want to put in there.
Right.
But, you knew in the back of your head, you were getting yanked. Mm-hmm. I sub in you. I make a dumb foul. I'm not in the right place at the right time or whatever. I'm coming back out and see what's coming back in. And that was always kind of in the back of my head. I never really played free because I just thought like I have to play in these certain spots. And I never felt like I could really get myself going until, it just got to the point where like you just stopped caring. And a lot of the times, as a young player, man, that's a hard battle to fight.
No doubt.
It's a really hard battle to fight.
So you can only imagine how he feel. You look over there. Know he gonna play 30 plus regardless.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's pivotal for his development, bro. I know he wants to be a next level player, obviously. My guy Ernest wrote us on what you think about it, bro? I mean, obviously I know you selfishly want him to stay, but I think he's gonna have a chance, man. I really do, bro. The more he plays, the deeper he go in the tournament, people are gonna start falling in love with him.
Oh man.
I see Javoni and them doing their draft express stuff on him a lot. So I know he's going to have a chance, man. He's going to be able to get in some workouts. I know he probably going to put his name in just because all kids do that. He probably don't want to be at school no more than 2 years. So you get 2 times to do it. You might as well do it your first time and just see.
For sure.
And get the feedback. You know what I'm saying? But I think he's a high-level NBA player, bro. I've always said it. You know what I'm saying? The way he's able to score the basketball. He's only going to get better as time goes on. You know what I'm saying? Like we've been saying, bro. He's a freshman.
And that's the thing too. Like I had a conversation the other day, and we've talked about this a little bit on our podcast about guys staying off of, Twitter and Instagram and all that stuff. And I don't know why, but his name might have popped up on a suggestion. And I went to his Twitter page, and man, it is all basketball. All basketball. It's no riffraff. It is just, he's got a couple ads out there with Trace about some Adidas gear. A couple of, basketball talks. And then like one of his most recent posts was when he gave headphones out to his players. Like this dude is absolutely locked in. And the thing I love so much about Jalen is the good games, you don't notice it on Twitter. You don't notice it on social media. The bad games, you don't notice it on social media.
No doubt.
Yeah. And it's like him, Trace right now are the two guys that you can look at. And it's like, listen, I know some of these guys. Miller Kopp's got his own, I don't even know what the app is called. He's got his Twitter. He's got his YouTube videos that he puts on, and he's trying to be funny. And I get it, man. You're supposed to have fun out there when you're in college. But these dudes, you don't ever see anything but just straight Indiana basketball posts or reposts. And I just love the fact that a guy like that is just so bought in. It just shows how mature him and Trace are when it comes to getting themselves to the level that they want. Everybody wants to be to the NBA. They prove it on a daily basis. And it's reassuring to know that these guys are manning the ship.
No doubt, man. I think they just came into school. I know he came into school, bro, ready to work with a goal in mind.
Yeah.
Whether it be 1 or 2 years, you know what I'm saying? And I think he's put himself in a position where he's going to be able to make his decision for his future, man. So keep going. We're going to need it, obviously. But, the constant of the game was, bro, we dominated the paint. You know what I'm saying? Trace, TJD dominated the paint, bro. Like they tried to switch up. They tried to switch up their coverages a little bit in the second half and kind of hedge Jalen a little bit and allowed Trace to just get going, bro. And man, when he gets going, he held that thing down for us, bro, and he was dominant.
I mean, to start the game off, I think he had 10 straight, maybe 8 straight to start the game. I mean, they just, at the end of the day, teams just don't have an answer for this guy. So to go back to your point, like,
they don't, bro.
If you can just get on a regular basis somebody to give you 10 consistently, that's just going to ease the pain of Trace having to play 40 because, I mean, credit Trace, man. You know how in shape you got to be to put up 28, 11 and play all 40?
Man, he don't get tired, bro.
Tough ass, man.
Yeah, no
It's
doubt.
a tough ass for anybody.
We had Race was out, but we did have Geronimo back. I think that was big for us, with Race going out. Good thing we didn't have both of those guys out. We were able to battle a little bit on the glass, man. But, bro, we put ourselves in second place, man. We're tired with Northwestern right now because they beat Purdue. We'll talk about that because we got Northwestern coming up. But we put ourselves in second place, man. I think we got a chance. Purdue got some tough games, man. Who knows, bro? We may be able to come in and tie this thing up and get in it.
That's what I said.
And get in first place, bro. Who knows what kind of seed we'll get if we be in the top of the Big Ten, I don't know how many teams we're going to get in, but, we'll probably get 7 or 8 teams in, bro. That's huge. You know what I'm saying? We should possibly get a 2 or 3 seed.
Yeah, I know it. That's what's crazy to me. And again, like, I've been on here talking with you about this. Like, I hope those guys aren't paying attention to that. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, like, you know what? I think they've earned the fact that, they're in some big time conversations right now. Mm-hmm. You just talked about it a little bit, and we'll talk about it here in a sec. But you realize that Northwestern game, that's going to be a trap game. It always is. You're on the road. They just beat Purdue. But also, like, this is the time of year where, like I said, you need to be trending and you need to be playing your best basketball at this time of year. Mm-hmm. And those silly mistakes, man, those little, game of inches is what Coach Queen used to always say. It's a game of inches. Yeah. And, I'm going to go back to this Michigan game just for a second because it's these little things that'll get you. And, I harp on Trey Galloway's defense on Buffkin to stop the drive.
Right.
Trace is there to help. They throw it over to Howard. Miller Kopp contests the 3. He missed it. Jordan Geronimo, if I can nitpick just a little bit, if there was another second on that clock, I don't know if you caught it, but we lose that game.
I caught it. I caught it.
Yeah. The back cut, and that's what it is. Like, as soon as that ball goes up, you just bull rush to that rim to try to get a rebound, a tip in, and we were that close to losing the game, So as much as we talk about, like, having guys pick it up, like, that silly little mistake, had there been another 0.4 on the clock, the kid, I don't know his name. I'm sorry, I don't know his name. Jordan Geronimo lets him back cut on him. He puts it up left-handed. It goes in. They wave it off. 0.4, we lose that game.
No doubt. And that's so it go back to what I was saying, bro. You rather that's a teaching point that I'm sure Coach Wilson's going to bring up, but it's always better to bring that up with a win than a loss. You know what I'm saying? Just because a person will feel totally different, bro. So that's a big time point right there, bro. It's definitely going to be the further we go, the tighter the games is going to be. It's definitely going to be a game of inches, bro. So We're going to preview. Now we're going to move into the Scout Report segment. We'll talk about Northwestern, bro. What you think? Talk to me about them, man. We already had them before. One thing I know about those Hoosiers, it will be a home game in there for us because we will have a lot of.
That's the thing.
Yes, it will be a home game in there for us because we're going to pack that thing out. Every time we play at Northwestern, bro, it's red everywhere. Obviously, they're coming off a big-time win. I think that they're tied with second with us, so it's going to be this is for second place. You know what I'm saying? So what you think about them? We've already played them one time, and talk about it.
Yeah, actually, I think you hit the nail on the head, man. I mean, already played. I know the score didn't really dictate. Obviously, we lost by one. Trey Galloway hits damn near a full court shot to get the game to where it looks respectable, but we got blown out at home.
No doubt.
At home. And like you said, we're both battling right now for second place, the exact same record. So this is going to be an absolute dogfight, but that's the thing, man, that you love the fact that it's at Northwestern because it's pretty much going to be 50-50, if not 60-40.
If not,
there's going to be a lot of Hoosiers in there, and it's just going to be as rowdy as ever. But go back a year ago. This is the game where Trace played, but five, Xavier. There was a couple dudes, man. There was a couple dudes that did some stupid shit off the court and got suspended for this game. Five dudes that we needed to get the job done in there. We didn't have five players in there. So, I think we got to, obviously we have a different team. We've got a lot more maturity, but a little bit of me hopes that this is talked about because this is going to be ruckus as it can be. It's obviously everybody's battling for solo second place. And, this is going to be a game that if you don't bring it, obviously they just beat Purdue. They had an answer for
They beat us. They did.
had an answer for him.
They did, man. You can't. This is not the typical Northwestern team. They're definitely getting in the tournament this year. They've won a lot of great games. They got a great team, bro. So we definitely can't underestimate them. They already beat us one time. You know what I'm saying? So this is a chance for us to go back in and redeem ourselves. And I know our guys want to do that. But I think it's definitely going to take a lot of focus, man. Northwestern is a great connected team. They showed us that last time, bro. They really embarrassed us at home, man. As soon as I said we weren't going to lose a fucking home game,
shit out of that ball.
They came in and smacked us. Yeah. So this is our chance to get our shake back, bro. And we need it. You know what I'm saying? We need it for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, the guards are absolutely playing at a high level right now. I don't know what type of answer they're going to throw for Trace. But you got Boo Booey as the player of the week this week.
Yeah, it's huge.
I think,
he's coming
obviously
in feeling confident,
have to,
of course.
Absolutely. I think they're going to throw the double team at him. So on the road, you hope that a Miller Kopp feels comfortable in here shooting the rock. It'd be great for him to drop another 18 at his used to be home crowd.
Right.
That'd be great. But I mean, if you don't bring it, man, us especially, see how many times did we go in there and get beat by 20?
Bro, a couple times.
It's easy to do in there.
Yeah, no doubt.
I keep telling everybody, this is the biggest trap game of the year. Northwestern, nobody cares how good they are. You just have this sense of we're going to blow these guys out. And the next thing you know, you go into the under 8 timeout down 11.
No doubt.
It's just weird how it happens. So if you don't come ready to play,
you got to come
easy
ready to
blowout,
play, bro. So I think the biggest thing we're gonna have to do is start good. We need a great start. To this game. Hopefully that'll carry us on into the second half. And you know what I'm saying? We're able to pull it out a victory. But we're definitely gonna have to be ready from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? I think they're gonna come out and try to hit us in the mouth early. So we're gonna have to be ready from the start.
And one thing we got going for us too, like you said, obviously it's going to feel like a home crowd in there. But I mean, how hard do you have to play? I mean, you saw it. I mean, you play so hard against Purdue. Obviously, we came back and got Rutgers. But for this Northwestern team to pull it out at the end the way they did, you kind of think there might be a little bit of a hangover there. I want to beat these guys full board, but a little bit of me thinks like with a quick turnaround that Northwestern's having, there's a good chance that there's a little bit of a Purdue hangover. There's guys going to be tired. Obviously, they had to go a full 40, just absolutely bearing down to get these guys. Great win to them, but selfishly, I hope there's a little hangover.
I wouldn't be mad at that. But our guys can't definitely
I
go.
wouldn't be mad.
Our guys can't go in there thinking that. You know what I'm saying? They can't go,
No, you're
go
right.
in there thinking
You're
that.
right.
But I would love for them to
Yeah.
be hungover. I hope they can't make nothing. You know, just one of those games. I wouldn't be
I
mad
hope
at
so,
that.
but
I wouldn't be mad at that.
I think we're dealing with a different Northwestern team this year, see, but that's just a little bit, it used to be when we were playing, it was the Michigan State effect. Everybody played so well against Michigan State, and then the next game they just got blown out just because you exhausted everything you could. So, whether that's the case or not, we're going to find out, but we'll see.
We'll see, bro.
We'll see. I don't know.
Then we got another team that's going to be trying to get back at us, man, Saturday. Coming into Bloomington. We embarrassed them on their home court. So you know they're going to try to come in and be thirsty and be hungry for a win, bro. Obviously a team we don't like again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A team we don't like, a team that's always gave us problems and stuff. So I know they're going to come in, man, ready to play. We just got to answer the bell.
Yeah, Brad Underwood's going to have those guys going. There's no doubt. We talked about this on the podcast when we played them. Mayer, he didn't really do anything. He didn't do anything really last week. But a little bit of me thinks they're going to come in. It's usually a good game when we play Illinois at home.
Right.
So I think there's going to be a little bit of attention there. Illinois wants nothing more than to knock you out of whatever race you're fighting for. But at the end of the day, I mean, we saw it. I think they're going to change up the game plan a little bit. That was a terrible game plan by Brad Underwood. Terrible. I think they're going to change that a little bit. But again, man, at this point, man, just one game at a time. And you can't overlook anybody, obviously. But the home crowd is going to be in it. I'm not too worried about that one. I think it's going to be a lot closer than it was at Illinois. But at this point, we're rolling. And, it's just taking care of business. And again, it comes down to who's going to show up.
Right.
And that's the big question mark. Who's showing up for Indiana? You've got Trace, but here's the thing with Trace and all these games and these back-to-backs.
He's so good, though, bro. He really don't even need nothing but like 1.5 to really show up. You know what I'm saying? One and give me half of another person. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll blow somebody out. If we get all 3 or all 4 clicking or something like that, we'll blow somebody out crazy. You know what I'm saying? But Trace is just so dominant. I get that,
see, but I'm going to play devil's advocate, and I'm going to say eventually, eventually, bro, he is playing so hard, playing all 40 at some point. Eventually, he's going to have a bad game. He is going to get in foul trouble.
Derek, I think a bad game for him is sad. I think a bad game for him is 20-8. Like, 8? I don't, I know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think like he may struggle from the field, may miss 4 or 5 free throws or something like that. But I still think his presence is just going to be, you know what I'm saying? His presence is going to be too big. But I don't want to stick my foot in my mouth because I could be wrong. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be wrong. But you're right. Like, you got to think like that. You know what I'm saying? You got to think like somebody at some point in time, somebody's going to have to pick up the slack, bro.
Yes, there's no doubt. Listen, I hope the guy has 30 and 20 the rest of the year, obviously. But this man has never been in. I cannot remember a game where this man has been in foul trouble. I can't. Maybe Arizona or Kansas early. Yeah. Might have been Arizona. There's about the only one. And so I'm thinking to myself, how do you go through the entire Big Ten and not have to deal with really any adversity? It's crazy. And so, like, I just think at some point in time, we're going to run into a situation where you're right. He's going to be there defensively for us. He's going to block some shots. His presence going to make guards like, okay, I'm not going to go in the lane here because he's going to beat it up. But offensively, I just can't imagine this guy have a 25 and 15 game the rest of the season. Like, we need, I don't know. I feel like when Jalen Hood-Schifino shows up and he scores 15 in the first half, it's like almost like a sigh of relief. Like, okay, I don't have to give 30 this game. Right. So that really helps. But I don't know, man. We haven't seen that adversity where Trace picked up 2 quick ones. And I know these Illinois bigs are always really scrappy. Coleman Hawkins is always really, really scrappy, plays so hard. he's one of those guys that you can pick up 2 or 3 real quick.
Mm-hmm.
And if that's the case, what does Indiana do? Because we haven't had to deal with it.
Right.
So I don't know. I don't hope we never have to deal with it, but we haven't had to deal with it. So eventually I think it's going to come. It'd be great to get it out of our system now, but I don't know. That's just a worrying point for me in searching for a 2 or a 3 seed in the tournament. Like, we could take a bad L if that happens. I hope it doesn't. But to go back to your original point, man, we need a third guy. We need the other parts to pick it up.
Man, we got guys that's more
I
than
just
capable.
can't believe this
Derek.
guy's done this.
We guys that's more than capable, bro. We just gotta execute it and we gotta do it, man. I think, obviously role players play better at home. You make shots at home. The ball go in at a higher rate at home. So hopefully when one of those games does happen, hopefully we're in assembly hall and we're able to fight ourselves out of it. And it just shows character from somebody else. I think we got, like I said, we got a lot of guys that's capable. Malik, Geronimo. We got just a lot of guys, bro, that can come in and just give us solid minutes and hold things down for us, bro. And I think we just got to make some shots, man. Tamar, he got to make some shots. He got to be big for us down the stretch. We're going to need him. Another guy that can kind of create his own shot a little bit. We're going to need him going forward in this tournament. And I think
there's no doubt.
I think we'll be fine, man. So
I think you're right. I think Tamar's the guy. I think Tamar. I mean, we've seen it a few games here in the Big Ten where the guy absolutely breaks out big. Just for him, it's like everything we've said, it's just consistency. So if he can figure it out, obviously he can blow up in any game, and more power to him. But can't do it on a regular basis.
Right.
We'll see.
Right. Well, we're gonna move on, man, to the Word on the Campus segment. Word on campus, baby. It's them IUWBB women. Ooh. What they gonna be number 2 now after South Carolina and South Carolina and who they just played? South Carolina and LSU just played.
LSU.
They just kind of knocked each other off. So man, we got the women in there now, bro. They're gonna be number 2 in the country. Just did some big things, man. Talk about it. You in the great state, so I know you hear it.
Whew. I hear it all the time, and every fan that I hear it to or hear it from, whether it be Twitter, whether it be in IUBB camp, man, these women need some respect. Put some respect on their name.
Right.
I know it's not the original UConn going undefeated, South Carolina winning another championship, Tennessee. See what? If you go through our schedule and look at these women and what they've done, who they've knocked off, it is unbelievable. And it was absolute fireworks against Iowa.
It was.
And just, oh my God, just the crowd. I mean, we're setting records in there for IUBB.
Come on,
13,000 plus coming into a women's game, man. For IU basketball,
that's huge.
It's unheard of.
It's unheard of.
Unheard of.
Man, Terry got
highest
it rolling
ranking
in there,
ever?
bro. Terry got it rolling in there, man.
Jeez. Man, she's had to deal with some adversity,
they said
too.
We set like a record for his televised game, I think. Highest watched women's Big Ten game, which is huge, bro. You know what I'm saying? Women not doing that, man. Highest viewership. That's huge, bro. Women not, you know what I'm saying? It hasn't been done before, man. So I want to shout out to them girls, man. Y'all keep going. Y'all keep doing y'all thing.
Yeah, there's no, oh man, like I said, man, Grace Berger going down early in the season. You didn't really know where this was going to go. Sydney Parrish absolutely picking it up. I mean, there's got so many, Mackenzie Holmes, like,
it's cold.
I sat there and watched the game.
She cold.
I sat there and watched the game, and I was just like, this is incredible basketball. It really is. Like the way they move the ball, like the shot making ability by all these players on the team. Man, it's just fun, man. There's a huge buzz going right now on campus. And listen, this is like a UConn 5 years ago where the men and women could get this thing done. See?
No doubt. We got the number 2 ranked
I wouldn't want to
girls
play against us.
And the number 14th ranked boys. It's lit in Bloomington right now. You know what I'm saying? It's lit in Bloomington right now with the girls.
There's
and the
a lot
boys.
of concession sales going on in there.
No doubt about it, man. So I want to give a shout out. Another thing we want to talk about, the other guys talked about it on some of the other podcasts, bro. TJD or Edie. You know, I tweeted this yesterday. I think TJD deserves Player of the Year, and I think he can solidify that going into Lafayette into Purdue. Like I think if he does that, you know, he'll put himself down as the player of the year. It should be right now. Probably should be Cole. You know what I'm saying? Right now, it should probably be both of them for player of the year. In my opinion, I could be biased, obviously, but I just seeing the effect that Trace have and the effect that Edie has, bro. I think it's just, you know what I'm saying. I think Trace just nudges him out a little bit. What you think?
I mean, shout out to Kevin Herter for posing the question.
Right.
I think the network actually posed it, but he made some great points. And if you're going to start your team and build around one person, it's really, really hard to choose, because at the end of the day, when you're in the tournament, see, it's like us in Syracuse, right? Like, you win on Thursday, it's really, really hard to prepare for a Syracuse zone. You don't have the bodies, you don't have the length. I think it's the same way with Edie. Like, you win on Thursday, and Saturday you have Zach Edey to go up against, a 7'4" guy who can move, who's got touch the way he does. It's really hard to prepare for that. And I mean, the same can be said for Trace. Like, you just got the total opposite, obviously minus a couple inches, but Trace, man, off the dribble, his power, his leaping ability, his second jump. I mean, obviously with the two, you're not really worried about jump shots. But they're just so dominant and just completely different, or complete opposite ways. Obviously, I am biased. I think, man, you're right. It could be Cole, but I think Trace has got a big chance to be Big Ten Player of the Year and, you know, NCAA Player of the Year. I really do.
No doubt.
Especially,
No doubt about it.
I think Kevin made a great point of saying, like, you know, these bigs that play in there, like the Isaac Haas's, the Taco Falls.
We've seen
like,
this before, Derek.
Right.
We've seen this before.
People catch on.
It don't go far, bro. It doesn't go far.
Yes.
Like I've never seen it go far. You know what I'm saying? He right about that. Like, I just think we got a better chance at winning. You have a better chance at winning having a big guy like Trace that can do more, that can switch 1 through 5, you don't have to necessarily have in coverage every time. You know, like, he's not switching 1 through 5, bro. He's going to get cooked. He's going to be in foul trouble. You know what I'm saying? I just think you can do more with Trace. He's just as dominant in different ways. You know, obviously different ways. Either's going to put pressure on the rim. He's going to make you double. Trace going to do the same thing. He's going to be more mobile. He's going to push the ball when he get it. I just think it's a different type. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I think their style can be figured out faster than Indiana style. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's why
there's no doubt. And
Kevin says that.
You know, with college basketball, it's really easy for a guy to Zach Edey to really excel in college basketball, because all he has to do is sit in the lane. Right. So all he has to do is sit in the lane, and you realize, like, okay, if this monster's down there, I probably am not going to be able to lay this up with my opposite hand. Like, it's just going to get beat up.
Right.
But scoring wise, I mean, what you see coming off the screen is a Zach Edey who doesn't want to get beat. So he's going to back up. And Jalen did a really good job of just exposing that, where he catches that little elbow jumper, and he's going to take it all day long.
Right.
And there might be a guy who goes in and has that thought process, but just has an off night. But at the end of the day, that little curl screen into the elbow is going to be there. And we exposed that pick and roll like it was nothing.
Right.
And so, I think for me, it's a no-brainer Trace, but also, I mean, just preparing for a guy like that, Zach Edey, is just so tough. But once you do figure it out, you've got the recipe. And you know, Painter's a great coach, and obviously going through halftime, he's going to switch the coverages up. But, I mean, if you can figure it out, you got him.
Yeah, no doubt. Hey, man, shout out to Coach Woodson for allowing those guys to take mid-range shots, man. They're trying to take that out of the game. Coach Woodson is one of those old-school guys that's going to take the best shot available. He's not really moved by the analytics too much. You know, these smart guys are trying to take – they only want you all the way at the rim, or they want threes, you know what I'm saying? And I think Coach Woodson does a good job at letting those guys take those kind of shots, you know what I'm saying? A lot of guys at a lot of programs are not able to take mid-range pull-ups, you know what I'm saying? I've been seeing us shoot it all year, and I think it's been beneficial for us, man. So I just had to throw that in there. Shout out my guy on that.
Yeah. Coach to your team, baby. Yeah, what's your team good at?
No doubt, man. So I think that concludes our Word on Campus segment, man. Anything else you got for us, G?
See, I think this is a good one.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you guys tuning in with us again. Shout out to New Amendment, of course. You guys follow us on all networks, CWAT205 on Twitter and Instagram. You guys shoot us some questions.
Twitter and Instagram, Diesel32.
Right.
Come on.
Man, y'all shoot us some questions, man. We all open we all ears on what we need to do, man. So thank you guys for rocking with us. We out.
Beyond the Big Ten is a network of podcasts that aims to be your go-to resource for all things Big Ten. We cover the entire conference with shows hosted by ex-players and athletic alumni, aiming to be your go-to source of information and entertainment for your favorite team. Hosted by ex-Big Ten players, media, and insiders, our podcasts are focused on giving diehard fans and those alums an inside scoop about the teams and people that make the Big Ten Conference one of the most watched and most talked about conferences in sports. We're excited to talk Big Ten basketball with you wherever you may be. Subscribe now.